Alrighty guys, plus 10 and sunny at the beginning of February 2024. I'll take it. We got a road trip to make and we got a couple other errands to do. But first, I've been lacking on this lately. Ever since I've been better, I haven't been doing this. It's the cold laser therapy. Man, did this save me when I was getting back to work. Can't recommend it enough. If you have injury, arthritis, pains, whatever, just make sure it's the right one you get. Went a little bit hard on it this week. This is compensation injury. My ankle's fine. This is from walking a year and a half on a broken ankle. It throws everything else off. It's called a compensation injury, but it doesn't hurt. It gets stiff. Like it feels like it's swollen, but this will loosen it up. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to bore you with this. While I get myself ready to get on the road, I'm going to show you guys, we got something dropped off last night. I'll show you what it was. What do we got here? I had a mail day. Well, a drop off from a guy out of town and I almost missed him. I'm giving you more than a little hint here. Now this one is a custom, guys, so let you guess for a second. Came in the KK Scale Models box, but it is a custom. Hot Wheels casting, so everything will open. Ta-da! And he gave me the base with it too from the KK Scale Models with the little nameplate on it. This thing used to be red. Yeah, he basically took a Hot Wheels one because of the quality casting of it. And it was a red casting and he had to paint the outer body red. That was a big task I wouldn't want to undertake with one of these. And he did the interior tan. Here it is here, actually. I'll show you right boop, up here out of the light. Yeah, same exact car right there. He did a good job. 20 minutes of laser on my knee, just, you know, all over the place, even behind it. Walking fine. All the tightness is gone. Amazing. Can't recommend that enough. I care about you guys. If you guys are beat up like me and have aches and pains, that works. Sorry guys, we were approached by Justin, who is at Universal Studios, and brought me back a gift. I love that. Goes along with my die-cast cars I just got. It sucks, we gotta put a bid in because we're right empty and it's high today, boy. Beautiful day, you know, we're gonna check out Wally. Same old crap here, look at these, can't give them away. They want like 50 some bucks too for them. Got some new wrestling figures left, but only the peg warmers. Looking for a Chase though. Oh, that's cool. Have to see if Justin wants her. I don't know who any of these guys are, but it's kind of cool. No Chase, but they got some cool ones here. Rousey. I don't even know who half of these guys are. Chase for this series is this guy, but in green trunks, I know that. There's my oil right there, my 5W20. A year ago it was like $19.99, but they jacked it up to $28. Save money everywhere, guys. I change my own oil. With the money I save, I could buy a die-cast car every time. Okay guys, next stop, Res. I'll show you my lead spot. We'll put some petrols in the car, and then we'll go get that deal. I'm thinking since we're going to Woodstock area, guys, we're not going to go there without checking the antique mall. I was there a couple years ago with Diane, and believe it or not, it was about 60% of what I would consider collectible stuff. And they had a shit ton of die-cast. So, you know, if we're there, we're not going to go and not have a gander. Beautiful day out. Get around this guy here. Don't want to go too fast on this highway because if you get nailed, you'll get a big ticket for that, and points. yeah, we're going to get the vintage Dukes of Hazzard lot. He scored it for $80. My friend Chris Cattell, and look at this. He's speeding up. He's good. My friend Chris Cattell hooked it up. We do that with stuff. If we're not going to collect it, it's not in our area, or we can't afford it at the moment, we hook one another up. We don't buy it and just flip it to our friends for, you know, profits and stuff. We help out our friends. Yeah, so instead of Chris doing that, he sent me the link, or he actually closed it for me. He closed the deal for me, paid for it, because I was busy, but he knew that I would want it. And yeah, he was right. So thank you, Chris, if you're watching that.
We found a faster route via Hamilton 65, which saves 2 minutes. If you prefer to stay on the current route, tap no thanks.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stay on the current road. I don't care about saving 2 minutes. Yeah, some of the back roads where we're going, like it's the first stop we're going is the reserve. I put it off till today because I figured we're going somewhat that direction, going to Woodstock, so may as well do it all at once, right? Plus,
in 2 kilometers, take the Dartnell Road exit.
I'm not taking the shortcut. I'm staying on the highway for whatever 10 kilometers or whatever more it is. I'm not getting off. Sorry guys if she's chirping, but if I don't have the GPS on, I'll get lost. Just disregard her. We're ignoring her. We're not getting off on Dartnell. The new car that I got, the black Miami Vice Ferrari, I'm planning to get a Tubbs figure as well. They're also available on Amazon. It's a cool figure. Tubbs has, if I remember correctly, he's holding a little submachine gun or whatever. But I'm going to show you guys that car as well when we get back, when we're going over the score that we got. And yeah. It's detailed. He was smart with the casting he picked. He picked a very nice casting to do it with. He took the consideration that I took into the Ferris Bueller car. He wanted one that had good detail, good bones, right? And we're getting over a lane because of
in 600 meters, take the Dartnell Road exit.
The lane ends and people panic. I remember when I first started driving, I would be in that lane and it would end and I'd be like, oh crap, and of course nobody lets you in, so.
Take the Dartnell Road exit.
No! I had to start cooking a little bit here, guys, because we got a guy coming up behind us and I don't want to get over just yet because we'll be behind a slowpoke, so we're going to get over just behind this next guy up here. Although it's not like I'm holding up traffic, it's the people ahead of us that are kind of doing that, but everybody's cruising, so can't really complain that they're holding us up. After this white car, I'll get over, I think. Oh, come on. We're not holding up traffic, we're right behind traffic, so yeah. And then I'm going to show you guys all the stuff when we get back. Might hit a couple places on the way back, you know us. And then after all that fun, I get to do my oil change. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, but yeah, I started doing that. You guys, if you don't do your own oil change, you wouldn't believe how easy it is. Yeah, I had the general idea because I took the shops classes, worked on cars before, but took the YouTube refresher course when I got my car. And yeah, I used to do Diane's oil change too, saved us a bunch of money every month, or every time it had to be done. Although this time I did go over the mileage. I don't usually do that. This car looks beat up and stuff, guys, but she runs like a top, I'll tell you that much. Don't want to have a pile up there. Yeah, this highway you gotta really give space because there could be this. I've seen pile-ups and accidents. People rear-ending one another. I had to drop a gear. To get up to speed again. I was in fifth. Another 5 clicks, we get off on the 403. I got over into the right lane. We're doing, we're doing the speed limit. We're letting everybody else speed over on the left side though, because this highway, if you get caught, you get cracked good. So we don't want to get cracked good. We like cracking cars, but we don't want to get cracked with a fine. So, and points. Because that would suck. My insurance would go through the friggin' roof. And it took a minute to get it down again, so we don't want that. Here's my favorite part of this trip, guys. The backcountry roads. It reminds me of back home. Just gotta watch the speed on them because they yo-yo between 60 and 80 usually. Make sure you're not tearing it up, and Roscoe over here doesn't get you with his speed trap. Beautiful out here though. Just for a country ride, it's nice. I'm glad I came in the daytime. For you guys that live in this area, I'll show you where we're going. Best weed shop.
In 500 meters, your destination will be on the right.
And I was going to the mom and pop illegal ones, and some of those were pretty darn good, but this one smokes those. Here's my puff hut. Oh wait, wrong place. That's not my puff hut, not yet. It's down a little bit. False alarm, guys. Usually I come at night, it's all lit up. They got all like those
Your destination is on the right.
This is the place, so spend $100, get a free ounce, and it's actually not bunk, it's good dope. Perfect, I gotta hit the outhouse. Cause I gotta hit the outhouse, you know what I'm saying? What do you think, guys? White man price, which is me, $1.35.7. You remember what I got it at my cheap station I had an hour ago in town. And that was at my cheap station. And this particular station, gas up yourself, you save an additional 3 cents a liter. I'm used to that in town anyway. You want some good eats, guys? Miracle Man's, this little place out here. Boy, they got nothing bad on the menu. Me and Glenn stumbled on it last time we were out here. And you got that wilderness feel too, but they got the best jalapeno poppers known to man here. They got, it's like a lot of Mexican food, but it's also burgers, everything. They don't got nothing bad. I always stop for the poppers. And then on to get the Duke stuff. See, it's a nice spot. I could see myself in the summer sitting out back here eating at nighttime. Quiet. But awesome place though. I would love to live out here. See, here's comfort food it is. Like, look at that. I'm a foodie. And yeah, I mean, I don't gotta tell you guys. Look at that. Pizza fingers, those are my poppers. Mac and cheese bites are good from here, I've had them. Yeah, nothing bad here. Retro recommended if you're out this way. The shakes are really good too. Okay, now we got a 48-minute ride to Woodstock, so let's get the hell out of here. Got a little bit of jug up for on the way. Yum, yum, yum. Well, not for on the way, because if we're eating it, that's distracted driving. What I meant to say was I'm going to eat it here and then we're going to go. I'm not going to eat it when I drive. Yeah, it's beautiful out here, guys. I would love to live out here. My original plan as a young man when I moved down here was I wanted to buy a house just on the outskirts, like in Grimsby or something. like just on the other side of Stony Creek going towards Niagara, because land and houses out there, even to rent them back, 15, 20 years ago, was dirt cheap. Not now. Now they're more because everybody wants to go to the country. But that was my dream, was to have a big piece of land that I could do what I wanted on and crash up old cars on them and have snowmobiles. And that road's a little bit rough. The rest of the roads out here are all gorgeous, but out here at nighttime in the winter, it can be a little bit treacherous. My last trip out here, it was very foggy. It got scary at times, I'm not gonna lie. It was nighttime, and it got the foggiest as soon as we hit the Lincoln Alexander Parkway, because it goes through the valley. Wow. But I just love it out here. The people are so nice. I did see something weird happening though so the gas station I gassed up at is right across the street from the weed shop that we go to. And for some reason I heard screaming and yelling and a commotion, and there was a guy pounding on the outhouse saying, "Get the fuck out here right now," some big guy to somebody else in the outhouse. I don't know what was going on, but I don't know. Usually pretty quiet out here though. As you can tell, everything's spaced out nicely. Just killed that order of jalapeno poppers. Those are the best on the planet. Wow. Wow. Every time I come out here, I'm gonna grab an order of those. I got a funny collector story though for you. So I'm not gonna name the person, of course, but I'm just gonna give an example. So now the one thing that I agree charging markup on is chases. Sorry. They're rare. Like, you don't just walk in the store. Well, you walk in and buy them off the peg if you're lucky. If you're there at the right time and you're lucky. But for the most part, they're chases, especially M2 machines. They're limited number, very limited number. But super treasure hunts as well, right? Like, they're a lot nicer, they're sought after. You expect to pay extra for chases, and that's the one thing I condone charging markup on. So there was a guy that was in my inbox, particularly in the last month, sending me screenshots of marketplace ads. And I remember one of them was for a car culture chase, a nice one, a Hot Wheels one, worth about $80. And the guy was asking about 100, but he could have been asking 100 because he knows people lowball, right? So he was asking 100, and this guy's saying, "Look at that, it's an $8 car." I said, "Well, he's not far off, dude. It's worth about $80. It's a chase." And he was sending me other ones and ripping apart the sellers for charging markup on chases, right? And I said, this guy knows how it works. He's just, it looks, when you do that, you look like you're just being pissy, or I don't know what you would call it, but I said he knows how it works, right? So anyway, fast forward to this week, this guy finds a chase, and it's a pretty decent one. It's a truck chase, one of those shell ones, the M2 machines, 1 in 24 scale. They're pretty sought after. And he told me he sold it for $100. I would never pay that for that, but some people that are into trucks would. I seen one for $60 on Marketplace this week. I would shop around, or I would get my friends to hook me up. Like I didn't used to pay markup on chases usually, but he got it, and he told me he sold it for $100 to a guy. And I was just waiting to see what he was going to do with this thing, right? And I knew what he was going to do, and I said, so, aren't you always complaining in my inbox about people selling chases for markup? And now you just did the same thing. And I can't remember what he said. And I said, well, no. I said, I don't diss you for doing it. Like, you're charging markup on a chase. Might have been a little bit high, but it's you know, like, it's your prerogative, right? Like, if it's a chase, you can do that. And I said, but the thing is, you're constantly ripping apart other people for doing it. And I said, and when you do that, that makes you a hypocrite. Because the type of guy I am, I won't talk behind your back. You know what I mean? So I told him, I said, dude, honestly, I think you should stop, like, just stop complaining about people selling stuff for chases. Because I said, if you're doing that, then you go do it. That makes you a hypocrite. Like, I actually said, it makes you a hypocrite to him. And, yeah, I hope he got the message. Like, just practice what you preach, you know what I mean? Don't complain about other people doing it if you're gonna turn around and do it like 3 days after you were just complaining. Come on. Hammered down on the 403 West London, guys. About 25 minutes outside of where we gotta be. Another 16 minutes or 15 kilometers. Holy smack. Feels like we're out in the middle of nowhere. This reminds me of Northern Ontario, this highway here outside Brantford, heading to this dude's house. But I'll tell you, people clip on this highway. Wow. I've been the slow one here most of the time. But we'll be there soon. Nice drive anyway so far. No problems, no traffic. Detour, guys. We're in bustling downtown Woodstock, and we see not only a Walmart but a Dollarama. You know we're checking. What kind of hunters would we be if we didn't check? I remember 2 different times coming through this little town, checking Walmart here, and it wasn't too bad, but that same day I had missed stuff. Big stuff. Like, the one was, I think I just missed an AEW chase that day, and it was a big one. But we gotta have a look, guys. You never know what we're gonna see here. Okay, where can we get a spot? Ooh, pretty busy here. Okay, here we go. We're not gonna use the disabled permit, guys, because we don't need to today. We can walk. Even though the lower back and neck are killing me from the car ride. I'm gonna have to start keeping Advil in the car, I think. Straighten her out a bit. There we go. Here we go. Oh wait, I can't park there. That fucking, okay, I can. I'm fitting. Okay. I thought that dildo with the truck had us hanging out a bit, but he doesn't. If I remember this place correctly, the toys are in the back corner, so record my face. I try not to get other people on camera if I'm out in public, so. But yeah, always check when you're out of town. Besides, what fun would this video be if we weren't hunting too? Looks like we got stock rolling, guys. It'll be a minute before they get new Mattel Elites. And Army of May Young. Wow, those won't sell for a while. Haven't seen this shipper yet in Hamilton. Anything good? Nothing good there. Nothing in the shipper either. Well, that was a bust. It happens. Hit or miss. Right, you gotta check, right? But let's get the heck out of here. I'm gonna check Dollarama next door. Get a little bag of my favorite somethings and get back on the road. Not excited at first, but we're not gonna waste our time with those ones. Wow, I can't believe what they're selling here now. That is cool. Guess you put it together. $5 though. Wow. A couple here and a couple over there, but nothing good. Cool, they got different ones. And these little ones here. So no premiums or no good Hot Wheels, but somebody in this little town might have that on lock. Who knows? If I lived here, I would try to get my arm in there, but small town. Holy crap, it's gotten colder out there. Wow, I should have brought a jacket. Okay, without further ado, let's get to this dude's house. Guys, this dude is just down the street from the antique mall, and we just drove by it. Looks like people still there. I'm gonna Google see if it's still open when we're done here. Hoping it's open till like 5 or something like that, or 6, but have to see. Usually these places close kind of early, but we'll see. Gas $1.44.6 here, and it was just $1.50 at a place I went by. Oh, that's diesel. Diesel $1.44. There's $1.50 for regular back there at a place we just went by. And it was, well, you saw what it was in Hamilton earlier, Stony Creek. That was at my cheap station, so I'm glad we gassed up out here. Definitely worth it. Well, that would explain the Dukes stuff, the for sale sign. Hopefully they're selling for the right reason, and not that they're sick or have to sell. What do you think, guys? All that for 80 bones? Mint too. Like the model, I was wondering by the picture if it was still wrapped or not, but it is. The AMT General. Definitely a killer deal. 80 bucks, you cannot beat that. Crazy thing is, the guy had it listed for 50 first, but then he took it down, listed it for $100. Okay guys, according to GPS, an hour and 5 minutes to get home from here. So time to put the hammer down, because I gotta have a lay down, because my back and neck are killing me. Gonna have to start taking a bottle of Advil when I go on a long car ride. Unfortunately, the antique mall would be closing up shop for the day now, and that's something that you need the day for. Like me and Diane, when we went, we got there at noon, and there wasn't enough time. Like, you need hours to go through that place. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff. So I think I'm gonna make a trip back here separately one day just to make a video, because it's definitely worthy of a video, that place. But just heading for the highway now. I like this little town. It had some notoriety, put it on the map. The little girl Victoria Stafford got murdered by that piece of crap and that other piece of crap. But good things put it on the map too. That, you know, the videos, the sleepwalking girl on Facebook, they're viral. There's videos of her, there's cameras in her house, and it shows her sleepwalking episodes. Well, she lives here. So I was keeping my eye out for her and her husband to say hello and get a selfie, because I love their videos. But didn't see them today. Maybe next time. So our journey brought us, you know, a little over an hour away, but it was for a deal that was worthwhile. And by the time, so yesterday I went to work for 4 a.m. start. I finished at 12:30 p.m. I was supposed to go to the reserve yesterday, but like an idiot, I did a bunch of other stuff. But you know what? I put it over till today, and I'm glad I did, because I was way too tired to drive out here last night, man. So I figured I'm going to be out going to Woodstock today. The reserve is somewhat over that way, so I'll just hit them both at once. But totally worth the drive for that. If you know what it is, you know the guy was a very nice guy. Just looked like he wanted his money back for what he paid for them. I'm thinking that he bought them new, because they look like they're bought brand new and just put in a box. But it looked like he was selling his house. I hope he's gonna sell it for the right reason, and do well. Like, I hope he's selling it to, you know, get a house that he likes more, type thing. Because he seemed like a very nice guy. And thank you again, Chris, for hooking up that deal. The seller actually let me check it all out before I left to make sure everything was all good. I knew it would be. I mean, I checked them out. So yeah, all good. On the way back to the hammer, and then I'm gonna take a lay down. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the oil change, not today. It ran later than I thought. It's And I don't know if it's going to be cold in Hamilton like it is here, but oh boy is it cold over here compared to Hamilton. I came in my hoodie, it was plus 10 in Hamilton, it's 4 degrees here. So I don't know if it's because the sun's going down, but we'll see if it warms up closer to Hamilton. I'll tell you what the car says. Car says 4 now. Anyway. We're in Brant County, we're making good time. Anyway. And it's this highway almost all the way back, so. No traffic, looks pretty clear. Just a nice ride. I like doing it better in the daytime than the nighttime. I don't know why, maybe I can enjoy the scenery more. I'm usually more alert too. So, although sometimes in the nighttime I'm wide awake, you never know. Another 18 kilometers till we turn off onto the link. Thank God, my lower back is killing me. Cannot wait to get home, guys. Jesus. Wow. Yeah, it's that osteoarthritis and the lower back injury. It doesn't bother me if I'm at work or anything. Thank God it doesn't bother me. You know when it bothers me? When I'm sitting down like this. If I had a job sitting at a desk all day, I don't think I could do it. As much as that doesn't make sense, I could have a job slugging my ass off. You know what I mean? But it's just what the injury is. Standing in one spot a long time or sitting. And my neck's gotta have something buggered up with it because it gets sore, the shoulder and the neck in between. So I'm a bit beat up for 45, but it could be a lot worse. So a lot of my friends are not, well, most of my best friends are no longer with me. So I'm very lucky to still be here. Dodged a bullet more than once, literally. I've got more than 9 lives. 14 kilometers until our turn off. Let's boogie. Too sore, I just want to get home. Hammer down. Well, not too hammer down. We're going the speed limit, guys. I just want to get home. You know what I mean. I'm in pain, damn it. My lower back and my neck. My shoulder. But we'll get home and we'll check out up close. Because how close could we look at it in the car, right? We're going to get real close, get at the condition of this stuff. But as I told Dave from first glance, when I look at it, I called him, I'm all excited about it, right? I said, it looks to me like the guy bought the stuff new, put it in a box, saved it. He knew it was Duke stuff, so maybe one day it would be worth some couple bucks. Okay. Sorry, guys. That was a burpee. Not yet. Keep the hammer down for a little bit. Just want to get home. You know what, guys? I'll warp you guys home. How's that? Since we're almost there. We got enough plutonium, so let's go. Thank Christ, guys. We are home. Well, a couple minutes from home. Lovely Stony Creek. Go home and have some jug up. And I'm going to have a nap. Because I'm tired. I got up this morning, I went to bed at like 11 something last night after not sleeping after work or anything. Woke up at 8:40 this morning and I said, oh, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Nope, ended up staying up. So, go home and have a nap now, but you know what, I got stuff done. So tonight I'll probably get my laundry done and tomorrow will be oil change on this baby, who's always so good to me and reliable. And Then after that, groceries and clean house. Or in whatever order. I don't know if I'll do the oil change first and then clean house. I'll probably clean house then do the oil change. But when you do shift work, that's what a lot of your weekends end up doing. They're not leisure time. It's getting all your shit done that you're supposed to get done. But thank God I am on the home stretch. I cannot believe how good a shape this stuff's in. The only thing that's open out of all of it is the Dukes CD. And I opened it up and had a look at it. It looks like it's brand new. Like, it doesn't look like it's ever been played. I don't know what would even be on that. Obviously, the Dukes of Hazzard song by Waylon Jennings would be on it. But see if I could oh, Mazda 3, newer one. I would take, that's the next body style up. I'd take one of those as my next car if I could find it without rust. And with the 2-liter, because that's the one that didn't have the issues. Good old boys, the General Lee, Laughing All the Way to the Bank, Up on Cripple Creek. Oh, I remember that song. A lot of these songs were played, you know how they'd have bands at the Boar's Nest? I remember that, Up on Cripple Creek. Yeah, just a bunch of country western songs that they played on the Dukes, which is pretty cool. But that AMT model, I kind of was taking a gamble because I thought it might be open, and if it was open and complete, it's okay. But it's actually sealed, which is cool. I had that same model. They sell for about 50, 60 bucks usually, but I'm not selling the stuff, you know me. But yeah, I had that exact model. I can't remember what I did with it. A girl I was seeing, actually, I remember we went across to Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. It was one of the last years I was in town, and we took her mother's car. It was a K car. And I told her I was going to, the girl I was seeing, I was going to smuggle a couple things. She's like, just a couple things. It was Christmas shopping. I ended up spending like $700 or $800. The car was like weighed down. We go through customs. Oh, oh no, we just went for lunch and some gas. Car was like friggin' almost dragging on the ground. I bought her a food dehydrator that year. That's those things are still awesome. But I got her a food dehydrator, and she used to make us jerky with it. It was awesome. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But yeah, she got me that model one year for Christmas, and I loved it. I think she got it just at Walmart or something out of the store. They were in the stores when she got them anyway. It wasn't considered vintage then. Man, I'm getting old. Got the police station up here. Maybe we should start doing donuts. We got to get in the left-hand lane, actually, because this lane ends, for fuck's sakes. And we're not going to be those idiots that wait till the last second and then try to do it. We're going to do it ahead of time. So we're going to get ahead of this guy in the Lexus beside us, I think. And, yeah. If he's going to let us, and he's going to let us. Look at that. Wow. Oh. And now when the other lane ends, we're ahead of the game. That's what we like to be. Here's my country style coming up on the left. Country style over Tim Hortons, guys. Their donuts, their baking. Wow. Tim Hortons doesn't hold a candle to that. Not even a little bit. Now we're going to enter historical Stony Creek. Okay, I know I said I'd warp you guys back a while back, but I just wanted to chat with you guys a little bit. Now I'll warp you back. We're back, and guess what? It's actually 6 degrees here, and it's actually about an hour later or whatever since I told you it was 4 degrees way over there. So it was probably about 8 degrees here when it was 4 degrees there, but I knew it was a lot colder over there, boy. For the burnouts, that's the deal that gets me out there. You spend $100, you get a free ounce, and it's actually decent weed. It's not bunk. So I smoke for about $200 a month, which is awesome. Okay, guys, let's see here. It must have been a scam for that. For only $80, it's got to be a catch. Let's have a close look here. All the bubbles must be busted, or they must be counterfeit. For 80, it's got to be a scam. I mean, come on, guys. Logically, if it's too good to be true, it is. But from what I've learned, always check into it, because you know some of the crazy deals I've gotten that if I said it must be a scam, somebody else would have got the deal. You just have to use your head for something other than a hat rack. Like if you go to buy something and the person's like, oh, well, I'm out of town, but e-transfer you to my... No. I had to fly out to England, but e-transfer my secretary. No. I'll come see it and pay, if that's the situation. You just gotta use your head. Check out their Facebook profile. If it's somebody that's got a bunch of ads on there and they're doing regular business, you know what I mean? Like you could tell most of the time, knock on wood. So we'll start out with the biggest piece, the model. Now I see these sell for between $40 to $60 on Marketplace. This one's still shrink wrapped, so this would be on the higher end. This is from 1997, which makes sense because when the girl I was dating bought me it was around 2000, or no, it was 1999 actually. Yeah, so I know that for a fact because a lot happened that year. Wasn't the best year for retro, I will say. But yeah, it's a very nice model kit from what I remember. The AMT. I think it's got a white body though. That's the only thing. I think you have to paint it, but I'm not positive. But I think that's the same one my nephew just got, and he was pretty disappointed. But I have never seen these in better condition. Chris, I'm gonna get you to watch this, okay? I've never seen these in better condition than these. Mine were in pretty good shape. Like these guys, you gotta think, these are from 1998. Okay, I was in Calgary at 19 years old when these came out. Okay, racing champions, and he got them. Usually they have price tags stuck to them, a lot of them, but none of them have it. This is nearly a complete set. There's not many more needed to go. I had almost a complete set. I only needed a couple more to go, but to get them all in one swipe, these, price-wise, these, I would pay $20 each if they're in this condition mint. They go for about $20. Like, if I was still collecting these and I needed one and somebody said, I'll sell you Boss Hog. This is one that I didn't have, actually. Boss Hog's Cadillac right here. If somebody said, I'll sell you Boss Hog's Cadillac for $20 and it's in that shape, I'm dishing out $20. So yeah, these 20, 40, 60, 120 just in these if I were to sell them. But I'm not flipping them. I'm not like that. The good thing about my discounts is they either go to a good home, which is my collection, or they go to one of my buddies' collections. But there's 120 just in that. Okay. The CD you could get for 10 or 20 bucks. This is open. I'll show you guys the back of it. There's all the songs. I remember the Up on Cripple Creek. Few songs I remember there. Ballad of the General Lee. And you could tell just by the way it opens and everything, it's never been, oh yeah, not a scratch. Never been listened to, eh? Like not a single, like literally it looks like this guy. This is, if you buy a lot of stuff, this is a condition you want. Like it's somebody that bought them. If that gentleman didn't buy them himself, his dad did or something, because he looked younger than me. Like he looked a couple years younger than me. So Oh, that's actually a different bubble than I'm used to. That is different. I'm used to the bubble being sunken in between the cars, but this is a whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're molded to the cars usually, but this is like, that's crazy. I've never ever seen one like that. And this, damn it, this, Dave, if you're watching, you collect Duke stuff, buddy. This is from 1997. You won't find a better condition one. You won't. Like that, that's why I'm wearing gloves with this shit. This is, like, look at that. Oh, it's got a little crease here. Not a big deal though. You could barely, that's not even a crease. It's more like a dent. It doesn't go through to the back. Look at the price tag on it. Eh? And the funny thing is, that price tag, I could take that off easily, but I'm not going to do it. I like the character. My vintage General Lee Ertl, like this is a reissue, but it's still from 1997. So it's still a classic. But I had the 1981 issue. The card looked just like this, Ertl. I had the General Lee with the Zellers sticker, or no, Wolko. Is it Wolko or Zellers? I think mine's Wolko. And I left that tag on there. It's a piece of history. But for 80 bucks, what do you guys think? 80 bucks Canadian in February 2024. Think I did good? Look at the conditions. Okay. Some people might say, oh, it's not unpunched. I don't care about punched or not punched. I would rather if it is punched so it could be hung up. I'm practical. I want to display the stuff. But yeah, 1997. Recreate the action and excitement of the Dukes of Hazzard TV series with this 3-piece set that includes authentic die-cast replicas of the Duke Boys' own General Lee Boss Hogg's Cadillac and Deputy Roscoe P. Coltrane's Sheriff's Cruiser. Wow. I'm going to put them on the look-see set. Have a look. Yeah, we got to get a better look. What I just noticed, guys. Classy chassis. So this was issued in 1997. Came out December of 97 on the tag, $12.97. Somebody paid $16.99. Okay? I don't even know if that place is in Canada or not. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comments. Classy chassis, is it still in business? I'm going to probably Google it anyway, but if you know, let me know. Chris, bro, I got to get you to watch this. The condition, bro. Like, bro. That bubble, I've never seen that. Once again, I will say that. Never seen that style of bubble. 3-vehicle action chase set. The reissue, but it's a good reissue. It's from 97. Now, if you're buying these guys, you're not buying them for details. You want details, get the newer Johnny Lightning stuff, whatever. If you're buying this, you're buying it for the nostalgia of having the vintage stuff. But if you're a Dukes collector, you gotta have that OG General. That's not an OG, it's a reissue, but it's the OG casting. It looks the exact same pretty well. These little guys here, like I said, look to pay about 20 bucks each max if they're mint. And these are mint, so I would pay 20 a pop for those all day long. There's a nutcase on Facebook Marketplace, I'm not gonna name him, but he wants $100 for the General Lee alone. Okay, I paid 20 bucks for my other mint one. That's how I know. And I see these around all the time. These look vintage. When I first bought my first one, I was like, wow, these are vintage. They're not as old as they look. The card looks old, but they're not as old as they look. That's not the complete list of them either. There's that one guy's race car. I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, there's a couple that aren't on that list. But they're not as old as they appear. They make the cards, they do a good job making the cards look old, but they're not as old as they look. Racing champions, though, love them. They did well too. Cooter's little truck, they did well. They come with the little playing card, General Lee. This is the General Lee before it was the General Lee, for those of you that don't know. And if you don't know, refer to the episode called Happy Birthday General Lee. That'll explain it. It used to be black and it was owned by gold dust thieves. There's her satellite. And I say satellite because it's not a Roadrunner like most of us thought. And there's her Jeep. Chris, like that's part of the reason I'm keeping the deal of the week book is because I find so many good deals. Believe it or not, I'll lose track of them and forget them. At the end of the year, we're going to tally it up and see what the best deal was. But this one's going to be in the running for sure. Like I tally up, hold on a sec. So at my prices, which are cheaper than most other people's prices on Marketplace, if I were to sell these pieced out individually, 250, 260 bucks. And that's with me calculating charging less. Like the little ones I would charge 20 a piece. The model I would charge probably 40. That's charging, like I think I said 60 for the 3-pack, which really sells for 80. But when I do it, I do a realistic number, right? So $80 and a little bit of gas. How can you go wrong? Into the vault. Oh, before we go, we gotta check out that Miami Vice car, the custom. Yeah, like I said, guys, it is a custom. As you've seen in the video, it was red before. I think he did a good job with it. He painted the interior. It is a proper tan color. Like my Ferris car is not the exact color tan, but let me tell you guys, this is a Hot Wheels casting originally. It weighs a ton. It weighs a ton if you pick that thing up. Show you guys a little gander under the hood, but yeah, it's see, KK scale models, the stuff is sealed so you don't see the engine, right? So, but I will say they make up for it in beauty. I'm not knocking KK scale models at all. I love that white Ferrari Testarossa I got of them. This one here, I will get the little Tubbs figurine from KK scale models. That's what's going to go with this one here. Interior is nice too. Nicely detailed. Even the dash and everything, nicely detailed. So I think it's a good secondary piece for the white Testarossa. I think it's it will accent that nicely. Sonny likes it. He's about to jump in and go for a rip. Anyway, guys, I'm going to settle in, have some jug up, and I think I might take a nap because my shoulder and back are mother effing killing me. Don't forget my neck. But, yeah, that's the deals I'm talking about, guys. And that's how I want you guys to move. That was found on Marketplace. If you're on my Facebook, you know I'm not making it up. I showed you the ad. So, and it's going to my collection, which is a good home. So that is awesome, awesome, awesome. I always like when that happens, when I get stuff for cheap for my collection. And I want you guys to do that as well. Now that we know that this isn't a fluke. Me finding this stuff is not a fluke. I didn't find this. My friend Chris found it. Who I said before, Chris has a real knack for finding this stuff. Way before I had my YouTube channel, he was always asking me about Marketplace, what are you finding, showing me what he found. He was always very interested. He's a natural, like he's like me, he has a natural interest for looking around on Marketplace. Like he would probably give me a head-to-head actually, Chris Cattell, with Marketplace, because he finds quite a few good stuff and he knows what he's doing. Am I a weirdo because I keep this at the door? I've always done that, like it's a normal thing, but I noticed none of my friends have it at their door. Like I asked Dave and Dave said, oh no, you're not crazy. Because I said, am I crazy for that? And he's told me I'm not crazy, but I don't think he has one at his door. Step outside for a cheat with me. But all joking aside, guys, I would never hurt a fly. That's for protection. I've lived in crappy areas most of my life, so I'm just used to having something like that at the door. But I would never hurt a fly. Just for protect. Can you imagine somebody, I didn't have that at my door, somebody breaks in, my undercarriage gets tickled when I'm trying to sleep. Not good. I don't want my undercarriage tickled. So sorry guys, I need a chooch before bed. Anyway, I'm glad you came along with me today. Sorry it wasn't an unboxing, but the Ferrari was already unboxed by the guy that bought it originally. So I'm sorry about that, but I got a couple cars picked out for unboxings in the next few days, so stay tuned. I've already picked them out. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please just relentlessly gangbang hammer the like button for me, but make sure that it stays on like, of course, when you pull your finger back. Hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and as always, happy hunting.
You mean you eat other people's lunches? Stop it!
Hey, apologize, Goof.